background of the film. Yeah, well, this engineer is developing structures from tubes, from polyester tubes, and pumping air inside of it. And how the structure works is when the air goes in one tube, it compresses and gives the pressure to the other one. So this is why I showed this video, because I want to I'm interested in the structures which in kind of robotic architecture, not robotic architecture, but architecture which is mobile, which is made in a digital way, in a way of repetition, but not in a way that the Soviet Union was built in kind of repetition. But now is a kind of new era when the light materials came out, and this structure, I think, is the future. Somehow, I think so. As a kind of future of our being, that we will be not in a concrete blocks and concrete structures, but we will be able to move in the world and open this world and in a more mobile and lightweight and energy efficient. So we can live without food, without electricity, or without any energy, but like a minimum which we need to live on this planet. So it will save the planet, it will make it more lighter, and so the green.
Maybe you also mean directly from the environment instead of taking it from very far away.
Yeah, probably. Because if we have a chance just to live in a cave, in fact, maybe it's a good idea. I don't know. Maybe somebody's comfortable to live in a cave, but it's not. I'm not advocating building. I'm advocating not building actually. And when we had discussions in Oma, it's that we are forced, and as architects, we are forced to build because we need. Architects always make decisions towards building and not building, so it's a kind of crucial thing that we have to think about how we build and how to save this planet, not just to build in our ambitions to show ourselves or show the public how great we are or how developer is so dynamic or the country is so developed. I think we should build in sake of our beautiful life and to see this and to enjoy it. I think so.
Thank you. Do you have any ongoing projects now in Tbilisi?
Yeah, we have been commissioned to do a tower in Batu. Maybe lots of people will hate us for this, but we are trying to do our best and work as architects as we are trained and make beautiful buildings despite of this commercialization against developers and against this kind of negative points of view which we used to think. And I think Georgia has a little bit of this moment of negativity, but we should think more open, and that it's not only Georgia, it's whole world actually. And there is no particular your own territory. This the whole everything is connected.
Yeah, thank you. Are there questions?
I cannot connect your story to the buildings Oma is actually building at the moment. If I listen to you, I fully agree, I love what you say, but I cannot make any connection between the story and the actual building.
Which building?
Like, for instance, in Rotterdam, the Rotterdam.
The Rotterdam?
Yeah.
You don't like that building?
Yeah, for instance, it's just a pure macho, huge building. Totally.
exactly. You can say the same about CCTV. You can say about like the Stalinistic buildings. Yes, but that's the way how we deal with this world, right? And our purpose, probably with architects, to make our best. And I don't think Rotterdam is the worst building ever in the world.
But in city planning, how it's placed in the city is quite terrible. That's an example.
Actually, on the embankment, where this building sits, there are plenty of other buildings like Renzo Piano building, Foster building. Other buildings are like maybe more architectural than the Rotterdam. Because the Rotterdam is a simple functional building which has really simple moves.
But it's twice as big and twice as wide and twice as high as all the other ones.
Yeah, I think in future the world will grow, but we have to prevent this stuff. Right? Maybe, like, I think that the world will be more globalized and more tall and more high, more gigantic probably, and we have to avoid this. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it's a bad building, but what do you want me to say? Like,
I'm just confused.
well, I'm confused that I'm defending that building.
No, that I cannot make any link between such a building and your very nice, good, yeah, story that I like very much to tell.
Well, we can't say.
Can I have an additional question?
Oh, sure.
Because Roenkoolhaas, he said fuck the context, and the film that you show us with Jensen sculptures, I totally agree. I really love parametric design and all this emergence technology, etc. I also experiment in this field. But what you can propose to integrate people also in this technique? Because the image of Jensen, there is no interaction with people. It's like a pure admire of the structural design. We should maybe not be just the engineer for the future, but try to also use the technology to integrate people also in the process of growth, of proliferation. So I think that you showed there is no connection with the city planning. It's like fuck the context, okay? I'm not able to integrate any people into the process. And this building is also the same. It's the same problem, that it's beautiful. We can look at it and admire it, but it's still nothing, it doesn't build any social capital, if I could say like this.
Well, actually, I'm not working in OMA anymore, so I can't be representative of OMA because I signed the document that I can't represent OMA anymore. So maybe this question is for OMA.
No, it's for you. What is your opinion? How
well,
you
my
can
opinion
imagine?
is that I would try to make buildings which are most detached from the land, like Theo Jensen, why I showed him, because there's the structures which I can imagine that they could be buildings which interact with people and interact with the programming of our life, but also they don't have foundations and they move, so there is no kind of this fundamental statement of being like a number one, you know. So you can email Omar actually.
Yeah, but how do you see the future of this building in the social context, in the future? After,
This building?
Yeah, for example, yeah.
Well, I would love to see this building more open to public, like for example, the idea of CCTV maybe is also a bad example, but it's a kind of a loop where people move through. It's a kind of vertical park or something when you enter in and you go through all of the building, but the building still functions. So I would love to see this building as an open street, but still working as a building.